Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Latasha. If you're new here, I post videos on growing a business through social media, marketing, and being a freelancer. So today is a bonus video for those of you who regularly tune into the channel. I did a sponsored video for my last video, but you know, I like to sprinkle some extras in there when I do stuff like that. So also some news broke, okay? Some major news, I guess you could say, aka a mass freak out on social media happened. So I thought now was the time to chat. In case you were hiding under a rock and you didn't know, Instagram went down, and really all of Facebook's apps, like their family of apps, went down for quite a while on Wednesday. And this really inspired this video for me because I think a lot of people really rely on Instagram or Facebook or, you know, whatever platform to run their businesses and to be successful. And I was concerned for my friends who had sponsored posts to put out or were holding a mastermind on Instagram Live and stuff. I totally felt for you, but I wanted to come on here and just explain that doesn't have to be the case. Like, there are ways to kind of safeguard yourself against those outages because they're going to happen. They've happened before, they'll happen again. And luckily we got our Instagrams back. Knock on wood, it could have been worse, and you know, we might not have. So yeah, let's just hop into it. So number one thing that came to mind when this happened is just everybody needs an email list. Like I really took my email list for granted for a long time, and I wasn't utilizing it the way that I should be. I'm now sending out a newsletter about every other week or so. You can sign up for that if you'd like in the description box. But it's truly valuable stuff, if you ask me, good content and a wrap up of some of the content that I produced. But for a long time it was just sitting there dormant. But either way, I was collecting emails, and that has been so beneficial to me. When I first launched my first course, that course sold because I had an email list and because I had been collecting emails for several years, even though I wasn't really doing anything with them. So there's so many different ways that you can build a list. The number one way right now that I build my list is through my Facebook group. Basically, Facebook allows for these pre-qualifying questions to let people into your group, and the 3 questions or 2 or whatever that I ask are like, I think it's how did you find me, and do you want to leave your email address? And it's not mandatory, it's not required, but most people do leave it, and that has helped me build my list so much. There's a ton of other things you can do, like opt-ins and freebies. I am really pushing myself to do a lot more of that stuff this year. I have already done a few just really simple things for really all of my businesses and have seen such a great return on them. I create my freebies in Canva. I'm not a designer, I am not a pro at writing necessarily, to write like ebooks and lists and stuff. It's all pretty easy, and there's so many great resources out there on YouTube and podcasts and courses and stuff to help you create those. So just build that list, because if Instagram goes down again, you know, let's just say Instagram was going to be down for a whole week, or again, knock on wood, if it was down forever, I'd be able to email my email list and say, hey, Instagram's down, but just a reminder, the party's still going on YouTube or on my podcast or in my private Facebook group or one-on-one. If you want to book a call, like, I could still reach out to them and reach a lot of those people, at least the most engaged people. So I talked about the Facebook group a little bit, and that's another good point. I think always make sure that you're building community other places, not just on one platform. So YouTube for me is my bread and butter, if you will. It's the main place where most of you are. It's the place where I get, you know, I have the most followers. I hate using that term, but where most people know me from and where most people find me from. I could just say, you know what, I'm gonna focus all my energy on YouTube and call it a day and not worry about Instagram. And I'm sometimes guilty of this. I don't post on Instagram very much. I don't post on Facebook that much, but I have cultivated a very healthy Facebook group community, which honestly, posting in my group is more effective for me than posting on Instagram most of the time, because those are kind of the people who are really invested in what I have to say. And the engagement rates tend to be much higher in Facebook groups than on, you know, Instagram or, you know, Facebook or something like that. So I'm not saying that you need to be everywhere. I cannot stress that enough. You don't want to be, you know, something to everybody. You don't want to be spreading yourself too thin, but just making sure that you are focusing on a couple of key areas, ideally not owned by the same company in case Instagram and Facebook go down. So like Instagram and YouTube, or YouTube and Instagram. Did I just say that twice? I'm confused. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Podcast, email it, you know, spread yourself around a little bit, not to say spread yourself too thin, but so at least, again, if YouTube went down, I would say, hey, I have this Facebook group. Maybe I'm gonna start doing Facebook video or promoting my podcast to my Facebook group or rebuilding my YouTube, which I'll get to later. Another thing that this made me think of is back up your content. I do not do this enough. I do for all of my videos because I have them on hard drives and I just keep them. I used to delete them when I was done working on them, but I save a final version now. I actually need to go through and delete some of those project files because it's, anyway. Yeah, so luckily I do save all my videos because one of the things that really scared me about the Instagram outage, even though I wasn't, you know, I didn't need it for business that day, I wasn't freaked out that my whole business was gonna collapse or anything, but I was concerned about the memories, you know. There's a lot on that Instagram, a lot of good gems, a lot of really sad things, happy things, good things, bad things. And so yeah, just back stuff up. I mean, that's a reminder to myself. I need to start keeping a folder on, like, I don't know, a drive. I want to start doing every year, printing a little photo booklet. I know a lot of companies do like these little mini photo books and just choosing like the best 12 photos of the year or something. Because I was at my mom's house recently going through her old photos and I was like, it's really sad that we don't do that anymore. I don't really have very many photos in this house. So kind of random, but you know, just make sure you back up your stuff. Even if it's not just for memories, if it's to repurpose it, like if you do a lot of content based on, you know, tips and business and stuff like that, it would be a bummer if Instagram went down forever and you lost all of that hard work or you lost all of your portfolio work. So for clients, I try to regularly get in and take screenshots of things that are looking really good or performing really well, and I just put them into a Google Drive folder so that I can create case studies out of them. I can put them on my website. So again, like if Instagram were to go down yesterday or whenever, a couple days ago, I would have lost a lot of client work and I would have no backups of it probably. So just something to keep in mind. And then really the last thing that I took away from this is make sure that you're building up a process to recreate this. So similar to like backing up your content, if you are keeping a lot of your content or at least your best content so that you can, you know, start another Instagram if you had to, that's good. But also like, what is the process? I think a lot of people forget that building up a social media account of any kind is not just like, okay, posting pretty pictures and then press publish. Like it's a lot deeper than that. There's process to that. Who were you following? How often were you engaging? You know, what was the frequency that you were posting? All of that kind of stuff. What hashtags were working for you? Like just kind of loosely documenting those things. You know, if this is your business, then definitely document. But if it's just a personal brand, I think you don't necessarily need to like create like a training packet or anything. But it doesn't hurt if you are a business because, yeah, I mean, we don't own these platforms. We do not own these platforms and anything could happen at any time. So if this is really what's working for you, you know, I know that YouTube is, like I said, the main way that most people find me, the main way that I get a lot of clients, the major way that I'm comfortable expressing myself. So I know that if my YouTube were gone, I would want to create another one. It would really not be fun and I would be really upset about it, but I know that this is an effective form of communication for me. So the best I could do to like really remember what it took to build up this platform, the easier it's going to be next time if I have to start over, or even if I wanted to start, like I said, start over on a different video platform like IGTV or LinkedIn video or something like that. So anyway, those are my key takeaways. I just think it's really important to have backup plan on backup plan on backup plan because we don't own these platforms. And you know, email lists are really the closest things that we have to owning a platform. I guess technically Gmail could go down, Yahoo could go down, but it's pretty unlikely. Let's just say that, although Gmail was acting weird the other day too. I don't know. But yeah, can't recommend it enough. If you guys would like any more advice or maybe some tutorials or maybe some opt-ins and freebies or free courses on like list building, on creating freebies and stuff like that, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to create something like that for you if you're interested in that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful and I'll talk to you very soon in my next one. Bye.